All right, Francis. Dear Francis, this is me. I'm just going to say it's Kelly. That's who I am. So, it's our 5 of 8 chats. After that, I'm really going to go back to working on my own soul, which needs most of my attention and a lot of work. Today, I really want to talk about liquidating and refining. So, we talked about opening up, how to get more shepherds in because you're going to need them. But the second thing I want you to do is really think about redefining the role. They should be disciples, right? And so disciples were not wealthy. Disciples worked in the communities they were in. And so why don't you require every shepherd, cardinal, bishop, everyone put in at least 30 hours a week working in a boot kitchen, collecting clothes at the Goodwill, a nurse's aide in the hospital. So many ways to do service. And the other 10 hours they can be preparing for Sunday Mass. It's enough. They don't have that much work. I've seen it. So I think that's a really good idea. Ask them to work. What's going to happen is those that really don't want to do service are going to self-select out, and you don't really want shepherds who don't want to do service, and they ought to just agree to be poor. No fancy clothes, no fancy dinners, no limos, no fancy speeches. Enough of this. Strip it down. If you're going to follow Christ, pick up your cross and start walking like the rest of us. And then I want you to liquidate. I've been in the Vatican, seen the Vatican Museum. My God, there's so many magnificent, priceless artworks in there. There's so many they're on the ceiling because there's nowhere to hang them on the walls. Francis, turn that over to Christie's. Let them do an auction for you and give it to museums. Get that cash and get it ready to get it out to people who are really going to need it. Even turn St. Peter's into a museum and make a little church. We don't need that gaudiness. Christ wouldn't recognize it. And we're going to talk in the next couple of chats about what's coming. And the church has got to be ready to be there in service, in shepherds, in caregivers. So liquidate and ignore everybody else because they're just churning because they want it to be the way they want it to be. Let's make it the way Christ wants it to be and love one another. I'll pray for you, Francis. You pray for me. What do you think?